Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff. Want to invite and welcome you to our StriveScan Western ACAC Virtual College Fair this evening. We'll be hearing from 6 institutions, each one for about 6 minutes each. During this time, your cameras are turned off and your microphones are muted, but you can ask questions at any time of the representatives before, during, or after they present with the Q&A box below. Just type out your question and they'll answer it to you privately. Without further ado, let me turn it over to Arizona State University.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Jen Pelton. I am a San Francisco-based admission recruiter for ASU. I'm also an alumni of ASU. I earned my undergraduate and my graduate degrees at the Tempe campus, and I haven't left since. If that's not a testament of my love for the school, I'm not quite sure what is. So to get started, ASU is a great central location in the Phoenix metro area. We are currently the 5th largest city in the country, so a lot to do on all of our campuses. I would say Phoenix has 9 months of perfect weather per year, depending if you like the heat or not, with tons of outdoor activities. If you like hiking, biking, spring training, if you prefer the great indoors, we have Broadway shows at our theater on campus, restaurants, a ton to keep you busy when you're not in class. We are one university spread across 4 separate campuses, which you can see here in the Phoenix metro area. They'll have their own unique feel at different sizes. So we have 2 small suburban campuses at the Polytechnic campus in Mesa, Arizona. We have the West Campus in Glendale. We have 1 medium-sized campus in downtown Phoenix, that's our city campus, and then 1 extra large campus in Tempe, which is our original campus and our largest campus. So when you combine all 4 of our campuses, we are currently the largest public university in the country based off of enrollment, but not by any one of our campuses. They're all self-sustaining, which means students live and take all of their classes at the campus their majors housed at. They all have residence halls, dining halls, fitness centers, you name it, they all have it. Students have the choice to either travel between campuses or stay at just one of the campuses. So moving around is only really if you want to. Students are guaranteed to be able to graduate from one campus within 4 years without ever having to move around. I would say this is probably what makes ASU most unique. You can be at one of our small campuses of 5,000 students with a small liberal arts feel, but still have all the resources that come with attending a large public university, including the faculty, the research opportunities, facilities, and also that big school spirit that comes with going to a large Pac-12 school. Your campus is largely selected based on your major, and majors are placed at campuses based off of access to resources. So when applying, if your program is offered at multiple campuses, you do have the choice in campus. If there is no choice, of course, you don't have a choice, but since none of our programs are impacted, if that choice of campus is there, that choice of campus is there for you. So there's never a situation where we're saying, nope, Tempe is full, we're putting you at Polytechnic if you chose the Polytechnic or the Tempe campus. We have 16 different academic colleges, which house over about 400 different degree programs spread across our 4 campuses. So a lot of options there. I would say our top ranked programs in multiple disciplines, but our more popular programs would be in the arts, journalism, business, engineering, and then we also have a direct entry nursing program, which is pretty popular. 101 of our programs are WUI eligible. So this is a tuition discount if you're familiar with that Western Undergraduate Exchange program, which I'm sure you'll hear about again tonight. This is just a tuition discount for students living in Western states, attending the other 15 Western states for college. I'm happy to answer more questions about WUI later, but in general for ASU, if you select one of those 101 eligible majors, you're automatically eligible for 1.5 times in-state tuition. So right off the bat, it's about a $13,000 savings. So really great deal. It is only eligible at our downtown Phoenix, our Polytechnic, and our West Campus. So no WUI eligible programs at that Tempe campus. Since we do have such a large school, we place a large emphasis on students really finding their community within our larger community. So we always say you can take a big school and make it smaller, but you can't take a small school and make it bigger. One way to make your community smaller is through our Honors College, Barrett the Honors College. You can apply from any major on any campus. Outside of that, though, we also have well over 1,000 clubs and organizations that really span the gamut from social and professional clubs. And we have 7 different identity coalitions. We have intramural sports, club sports, Division I sports, Greek life, truly a little something for everyone, just depending on what you are looking for. So how do you become a Sun Devil? By applying, of course. So our application is open through the ASU application, the Common App, and the Coalition app. We don't carry preference for any one application. By the time the information gets to us, it all looks the same. Regardless of which application you choose to use, we don't review essays or letters of recommendation. We do not require test scores, but we will review them if you submit them. So we are test optional, but not test blind. If you are a senior, we have been admitting students since August. If you're a junior or below, our application opens every year in August, and then we start to admit students in August. So a very fast process. We do use rolling admissions. We will continue to admit students for the next 8 months or so for students coming in the fall. We use an assured admission process, which means if you meet the direct entry requirements for the program you want to study, you are guaranteed admission to ASU. And then we do have some programs that have higher admission requirements. I will send in the chat some links that have more information about our admission requirements because they do get pretty specific with some programs. We also review all admitted students for merit scholarships. These are based off of your GPA and test score if you have it, or the completion of our competency courses, but these range from $5,000 to $15,500 per year and are renewable for 4 years, which is great. We, of course, also have a scholarship portal and accept FAFSA. I know this is a very brief introduction to ASU. If you want to hear more about our specific programs or more about ASU in general, we do have a handful of live hosted virtual programs that we host weekly. I'll share this visit link as well if you're interested in hearing from the Honors College or a specific academic college, or want to hear about financial aid or paying for college. We have all that good stuff online and then walking tours in person as well. And then that's it for me. I'll share my contact information in the chat. If you have any other questions, I am the California rep and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I believe I am passing it off to NAU.
That is correct. Northern Arizona is up next.
Great. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just going to head up a little bit more north to the colder part of Arizona, the cool part, we like to say, the cool part of Arizona, to NAU. My name is Betsy. I am NAU's California recruitment manager, and I'm regionally based in Southern California. NAU is located in the mountain town of Flagstaff, Arizona, at 7,000 feet high within the largest ponderosa pine forest on the continent, home to the lumberjacks. And it's a beautiful, cultural, historic little college town, just a few minutes from campus, depending on where you are from campus, 10 to 20 minutes. You can see it in this picture here, about 75 great restaurants and coffee shops, all within walking distance. Flagstaff's the only major city in Arizona that actually has never reached 100 degrees. And it can get up to 100 inches of snow a year, but it's light. It melts really quickly because of that high elevation, and the days are just as sunny as California and Nevada. It's actually was one of the first, it was the first international dark sky city where Pluto was discovered. And it's about 2 hours north and uphill from ASU, from Phoenix and Tempe, only an hour and a half south of the Grand Canyon, about 45 minutes northeast of Sedona, Arizona, 3 hours from 11 national parks and monuments. So NAU students get to experience 4 beautiful, distinct seasons. The weather is a lot like Big Bear's weather, a lot like Tahoe's weather. If you like being outside, there is also skiing right behind us, about 15 miles away at the Snow Bowl, hiking, biking, camping, and Flagstaff has one of the best urban trail systems in the whole US. We have about 21,000 undergraduate students on our Flagstaff campus. We are one of only 3 public state universities in Arizona. We're the smallest of the 3. You'll hear from U of A a little bit after me. And we have 96 majors in 7 colleges, but none of those majors are impacted. About 15% of our students are from California, 34% total are from out of state, all 50 states, 75 countries. The majors we're most known for are engineering, construction management, hotel and restaurant management, forestry, of course, because we are the lumberjacks up there, nursing, anthropology, business, dental hygiene. Internships, research is encouraged and readily available in all majors, and an extensive study abroad program and an honors college as well too. We have NCAA Division I athletics and more than 400 clubs and activities to get involved in, including fraternities and sororities. And NAU is part of the Western Undergraduate Exchange, or WUI, the reduced tuition. It's actually a savings of over $9,000 a year off the non-resident tuition, and that is for all accepted students from California, Nevada, applies to all of our degree programs, and there's no additional application to apply for the WUI. If you're admitted, you'll get it. There's no certain GPA requirement after you're admitted, no cap, and no deadline as well too. So our total costs are actually about $30,000 to $34,000 per year. They're pretty comparable to all the UCs or even less than them. Our tuition alone is $16,000, as you'll see here, and that's before any additional financial aid, and any additional merit scholarships. But we do have some merit scholarships as well. In addition to that reduced tuition rate, the admitted students, they're all automatically reviewed for one of our 2 merit scholarships that you see here. Those with an unweighted NAU GPA of a 3.0 and higher will also receive the additional Western Undergraduate Exchange $5,000 per year at NAU, or if you have an unweighted NAU GPA of a 3.5, it's an additional $6,000 instead. And what we're going to be doing is just evaluating these 14 to 16 core courses for admission and for our scholarships. And we have been test optional for admission for several years, will continue to be, so we will not require SAT or ACT scores for admission or for any of those scholarships as well too. And we're on rolling admission. So if you do self-report your completed courses and grades, we usually will have a decision for you within a few weeks after submitting your application. And our application's been open for a while. It should open up next July. So for you juniors in July, late July, you can apply as well. And you can visit us virtually, but you can also visit us in person. So we do have tours each weekday. But our Welcome Center is open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. You can talk to an admission officer who's on campus or one of our admission officers and ambassadors who are right there as well too. You can follow up with us, especially if you are on social media at all too. It's nice to follow some of the different schools. You can see what the weather's like on campus, some of the activities that are going on. Sometimes we do student takeovers of our social media as well. So you can see kind of a raw and unfiltered view of what's going on campus and beyond. So thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much. Next up, we have Prescott College.
Sorry about that. So my name is Brianna, and I'm an admissions counselor at Prescott College. Prescott is located in northern Arizona as well. We're about an hour and a half southwest, if you will, from Flagstaff, and we're an hour and a half or so north of Phoenix, Arizona, and we're a small private liberal arts college with about 1,000 students, and we have on-campus and online programs. And these are some of our majors that we offer. We have adventure education. So if you're interested in working for the Park Service, the Forest Service, having your own outfitting guide service, this is a great degree option for you. You take classes in rock climbing, kayaking, wilderness first response, backpacking. We also offer arts and humanities, arts and letters. We have an education pathway. So if you want to be a licensed teacher, actually in any state in the United States, we have that program as well, and a variety of specializations within it. We have a BA in Environmental Studies and a BS in Environmental Studies, Bachelor of Science. Human Development and Psychology. This one is quite interesting, interdisciplinary studies. So if you want to create your own major, that is an option at Prescott College. For example, I recently had a student enter into that major who was interested in the cultural history of tattoo art. Very, very specific, couldn't find it anywhere, and was able to do that with us. We offer social justice studies, sustainability management. So if you're interested in melding the two worlds of business and leading in sustainability, you can do that with that major. Sustainable community development and sustainable food systems. So our structure is 30 credit liberal arts, 30 credit minor, and a 30 credit competence, which is what we call your major. So 122 credits total. We do have 100% online options. So that's been very popular during the pandemic. So we don't have any residency requirements, and you can switch between online and on campus if you want. And as I mentioned earlier, all of our degree programs are personalized. So that also includes independent and mentored study courses. So if you want to do that, you can. lot of options to personalize your program. So independent studies, that's where you get to create your own class. So you come up with the syllabus, the name of the class, the research materials you want to use, supporting documentation like books, the outcome. Do you want to do an essay, a project? And then of course, this all has to be run by your faculty advisor for approval. And then mentored studies. So is there someone in your field of study, they don't have to be a teacher or faculty, that can fulfill course requirements, then you can pursue that person as a mentor with approval from your faculty advisor, and that fulfills your course credit. So if you are planning on being a transfer student, you can transfer up to 90 transfer credits with us, which is very, very generous, as long as they're 100 level and above and a C- or higher for your grades. And if you have any prior life or work experience, you can apply that for course credit as well. We do offer an accelerated master's program. So that is where the final semester of your program and your bachelor's degree, up to 15 credits, can be cross-listed, meaning double counted for both your bachelor's and your master's program, and you're charged the undergraduate tuition rate. We have a lot of travel opportunities as well. We have a campus in Kenya, we have a campus in Mexico, and then we have partner institutions in Norway and Costa Rica if you want to study abroad. And then domestically, we're a part of EcoLeague. So if there are any partner institutions, colleges within the United States that you're interested in studying at, you can study there and be charged the Prescott College tuition rate. So how to apply? We're also test optional. So you can use the Common App or application online, just a 2 to 3 page double space essay telling us about you, your goals, why you think you'll be a fit at Prescott College, official transcripts, and a reference. And then we have a variety of start dates. So you can start in spring, January 11th. You want to apply like now if you're interested in spring, summer, which starts in May, and fall, which starts in August. And we're also rolling admissions. So you can apply pretty much anytime, but we do emphasize, especially for our on-campus students, that they apply at least 2 months in advance so they can secure housing and our dorms with us and get settled with their coursework. And I forget who's next, Jeff, but that is it for Prescott College. Thank you.
That's quite all right, Brianna. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Next up, we have the University of Arizona.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Chloe Davis, and I am a California-based admissions recruiter for the University of Arizona. The U of A is located in Tucson, or about 2 hours south of Phoenix in the southern third of the state. I always kind of like to say, as long as you're looking for a big school, we can pretty much check every other box on your list. The University of Arizona has nearly 50,000 students, about 37,000 undergraduates, but our average class size is just about 35 students. So we still want to make sure that you are definitely getting that individual attention that you need as a student. We're really proud of the diversity on our campus. We have students from all 50 states and over 120 different countries. Nearly a third of our students are first generation, and about 48% of our students are ethnic diverse. So you'll get to meet a lot of really amazing people just based on who's located on campus with you. The U of A is located on just 1 square mile, so you really have that traditional college campus feel, but within about a 15-minute walk, you are in downtown Tucson, the second largest city in Arizona. So I kind of like to think you're getting 2 different college experiences in one. As far as our academic programs, we have over 300 of them, so there is definitely something for everyone. By far, our most popular major on campus is our pre-business and our Eller College of Management. Actually, our second most popular major is to come in with no major at all. Our undecided program is really exceptional. You get to meet with our Career Services Center, take introductory classes in a lot of different departments, and really find your best fit on campus with us. We also have 17 different engineering disciplines, a law school, a medical school, and a veterinary school on campus. And we have the most competitive dance program outside of New York City. So really, regardless of your academic major, we have a program for you. We also see a huge amount of students double majoring. If sleep is not important to you in your college career, I've seen some students triple major. We have students add minors, certificate programs. We want to make sure you're getting that well-rounded experience both in and out of the classroom. We also have an R1 research institution, so all of our faculty are putting out really groundbreaking research. We have study abroad programs in over 70 different countries and over 600 clubs and student organizations to make campus feel really like your home away from home and your community. We have 23 different dorms on campus. Freshmen are not required to live on campus, but the vast majority do, especially those coming from out of state. We have just a ton to take advantage of. I can't say enough good things about the city of Tucson. We're in a valley surrounded by mountains, so there's thousands of miles of hiking and bike trails, average high temperature of about 80 degrees during the school year and 350 days of sunshine. My personal favorite thing about the city of Tucson is the food. We are one of only 2 cities in the US that are designated as a World City of Food, and one of the best statistics we've got is that we have the best 23 miles of authentic Mexican food in downtown Tucson. So definitely come hungry, and I would be very impressed if you were on campus for a visit or for your first semester of class and ever said that you were bored. We also have our Division I sports. Cheering on the Wildcats is a huge part of campus culture with us. The Zona Zoo is the name of our student section and are consistently ranked as one of the largest and loudest in the Pac-12. And then as far as admission, our application is open now for the fall of 2022. We're available on the Common App, the Coalition application, and we have our in-house application on our website. If you are a junior or younger, our application opens on July 1st on our website and August 1st on the Common App or Coalition application. We are looking for 4 years of math and English, 3 years of science, 2 years of social studies and second language, and a year of fine arts. And then when you apply, you are automatically considered for our merit scholarships. The scholarship chart is available on our financial aid website. So if you Google University of Arizona scholarships right now, it'll be the first thing that pops up. I always recommend checking as close as possible to when you apply so you can have the best idea possible of what you might be receiving. And then after you're admitted, you have access to our in-house scholarship database, Scholarship Universe, where you can basically search for scholarships that you would be a really great fit for. We also have rolling admissions. You'll get your admissions and scholarship decision 2 to 4 weeks after you apply. And if you're looking to see a little bit more of us, we do have a virtual tour. We also have our on-campus tours again. We're very excited to be offering those. And if you want to learn even more about us, I always encourage students to check out our Instagram because we have a current student take over our Instagram every week for a day in the life and a Q&A. So it's a really great way to learn a little bit more about Arizona from someone who is living the Wildcat life every day. But that is all from me. I believe I'm turning it over to UNM. So I will put my links down below, and thank you guys.
Thanks, Chloe. Yes, next up, Gary, take it over.
Great. Love to have the opportunity to meet you folks, at least on the camera. Let me talk about where I went to college, the University of New Mexico. I started in 1974 as a student. Once said that, and people thought, last century, 100 years ago, almost. But what do you know about the University of New Mexico? And I always hear UNM, unfortunately, not much. So let's start with location. UNM, University Not Close to Mom. Unless you live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, you're leaving home and going away to college. And I know when I say Albuquerque, you either thought High School Musical, Breaking Bad, or the desert, flat and hot. We're not. We're in the Rocky Mountains. So remember, UNM, University Next to Mountains. Will it snow? UNM, usually not much, but more than you typically get where I live, Southern California. We're 20 minutes from the Sandia Ski Resort. The nice thing is in Albuquerque, it snows and it goes. So you're not inundated with 6 months of crummy weather. I always say UNM, usually nice and moderate. I'll be in Albuquerque tomorrow. 72 lovely degrees. UNM, urban, not metro. We're similar in Denver's height, but elevation, but we're about the same size as Tucson. So the combination of those two, the elevation of Denver, the size of Tucson. So that gives you some aspect. The campus is in the middle of the city. And I always say UNM, University with a north and a main campus. The north campus for medical and law degrees, a main campus adjacent right there with no roads that go through. UNM, right there on Route 66. If you saw the movie Cars, then you saw the University of New Mexico. The International Hot Air Balloon Fiesta every year happens in Albuquerque. Historic Old Town, great food. Santa Fe's an hour away. What do you say? I love Carlsbad Caverns. Colorado, a 3-hour drive. Denver, if you need metro, 6 hours away. And the Grand Canyon. So right now you're probably thinking UNM, University near, much to do, both in Albuquerque and around. Not a giant school or a tiny school. I always say UNM, University of a nice medium size. The average class is about the same as you have in high school. We're on the semester program. So students start school the end of August, mid-December, finish your 5 classes, take 5 finals, take 5 weeks off. Come back in January, May 13th, adios Albuquerque for 13 weeks of summer. What's there to study? 200 different programs. And you're probably thinking UNM, University of Numerous Majors. UNM, University from Nuclear to Mechanical and every other kind of engineering. It's hands-on. No one ever said, hey, Gary B, I want to hear about engineering. No, we're going to build cars, robots, computers, boats, things that are going to make a difference in the world. Management, UNM, University with a number of management business programs. Architecture, one of the few schools in the country where you can come in day one doing architecture. STEM, very STEMmy school from A to Z. UNM, University with Nursing and Medicine, largest hospitals in the state of New Mexico on our campus. Athletic training, exercise science, dental hygiene, pharmacy. Definitely known for our music program, both the performance. Netflix is headquartered in Albuquerque for production, and you're probably thinking UNM, University for Netflix movies. Dance, theater, social sciences. Sometimes students just don't know. Well, remember, UNM, undecided, no more, come explore, options galore, will open the door to whatever you're looking for. And we do it in a research setting where tier 1 R1, millions of dollars are being spent and invested into the research by the University of New Mexico. Honors College, small group discussion classes, that works out well. UNM, University for Now and Mañana. We're going to make sure you have fun. We're D1. Students, if you're thinking study abroad, perfect. We partner with countries worldwide. We have national student exchange where you can actually do study abroad in America. UNM housing, UNM, University nice as a Marriott. Dining, UNM, unlimited number of meals. I know somebody thought Taco Tuesday, well then you think New Mexico. ROTC, a UNM, University of Navy, Marine, Army, Air Force. Every student can apply now for free. We do rolling admission as well, so within 2 weeks you'll be admitted, you're not committed. We don't require an ACT, an essay, a personal statement, or a letter of rec. The minute you're applying for admission, you're applying for scholarship. The WUI tuition for every student with a 2.8, that's great. 3.0, more dough to help you go. Here's the bottom line cost. Every student with a 3.0 will pay $20,000 for tuition, fees, housing, dining, books, and supplies. Seniors can apply now. I'll tell you how. Do it online. It'll save you time. Use your phone. Do it at home. Either way, do it today. Then email me, Gary B, and I'll waive the fee and make it free. Enter your courses, put in your grades, no ACT, SAT test, and I'll do the rest. 2.8, great. 3.0, more dough. Got a 4, you score. Don't be a fool. Stay in school is cool. Go to college, get the knowledge. Gary B, remember me when you're making that list. UNM, University, not to be missed. And just for Jeff, the dab out, he requires that as part of my show. Now we're taking it on to Walter.
Good luck, Walter.
Thank you. I once again have the burden of following the legendary Gary B today. But hi, everybody. My name is Walter, and I am an admissions counselor representing Westminster College today. So our 32-acre campus is located in the heart of Salt Lake City's eclectic Sugar House neighborhood, which is just about 10 minutes from downtown, 30 minutes from 6 mountain resorts, and just a stone's throw away from a number of national parks. We have the benefits of being in a larger city, but with trails just 10 minutes from campus and 10 ski resorts just within an hour's drive. So Westminster is a private independent liberal arts college where students benefit from multidisciplinary learning in an atmosphere dedicated to civic engagement. We're liberal arts, which means that you are able to explore other interests and broaden your knowledge in areas beyond your major. We have a total student enrollment of just about 2,000 students, and about half of our students are from out of state. As a private school, we have the same tuition as well as generous scholarships and need-based aid for both in-state and out-of-state students. Westminster also has a close-knit supportive community and is a teaching first institution, which means that all of our professors are here because they genuinely love to teach and they care about students. You won't be in a giant lecture hall full of hundreds of students ever. Our average class size is about 15 students with no more than 40 in one classroom. So you'll definitely have that closer relationships with your peers and your professor. Westminster has just over 50 programs and majors, and some of the most popular majors are in nursing, business, performing arts, biology, and outdoor education and leadership. And in case we don't have the specific major that you are looking for, we invite students to also customize their major with a faculty member and an academic advisor. All right, so just a little bit about our athletics. We are a member of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, and we are a D2 school, and we're home to about 15 NCAA D2 sports teams. And we also offer a number of athletic scholarships for anyone interested in playing for Westminster. If you're a first-generation college student, we have programs geared towards you and your success, such as the Legacy Program and McNair Scholars. For students interested in research, Westminster offers incredible undergraduate opportunities, and about 85% of Westminster students will participate in an internship or research by the time they graduate. If you have any questions about any of the rest of the programs that are listed on your screen there, our contact information will be on the last slide, so feel free to contact us at any time. So we have a 2-year on-campus housing requirement for all incoming freshmen. And so we require this because we want students to build a community and to feel a sense of belonging once they're here on campus. And we've found that students who do live on campus are more likely to succeed in college. And this could mean anything from building their social networks, finding community, and having the motivation to show up to class and other events just because of the close proximity. We also offer the opportunity to become involved in one of over 40 student-led clubs on campus. And these range from those that are a little bit more major specific to those that are more social in nature. And intramural sports also fall under this category. If there doesn't exist a club or an intramural sports team that meets your interests, and if you know others who would also like to join, you're more than welcome to create your own. So at Westminster, we deeply care about our students' success and well-being, and we offer a wide variety of student support services. With respect to time, I will not be going over all of these, but if you once again take a look at this list, if you have any questions about any of the services that are listed on your screen, like I said before, we invite you to contact us, and our contact information will be on the very last slide. So there are a number of ways a student can receive aid at Westminster. Firstly, all students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships when you apply. And you can also be considered for need-based grants from Westminster by filling out the FAFSA or the equivalent to a FAFSA. So we are test optional with a free application, and there are 2 ways to apply. One is directly on our website and the other one is on the Common App. We don't prioritize one over the other, whichever one is more convenient for you. We'll take a look at your application either way. All right, so thanks for your time. Like I said, here's our contact information. I'll also provide my personal contact information in the chat in case you want to get in touch with me directly. But feel free to reach out to me or any one of our wonderful admissions counselors at any time. We're all here to support you, and we look forward to connecting.
Thanks, Walter. Appreciate that. Well, we've got a few minutes left here in the session, so I wanted to invite all the representatives back on camera, and I thought we'd go through a couple of questions. Jen, I'm going to put you on the spot and let you go first. But what is the one thing each of you would like us to remember about your institution tonight?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So I would say most people think of ASU as being a huge university, and we definitely are. One thing to remember is we are spread across 4 separate campuses. So we do have the 2 small campuses, the medium-sized city campus, and then Tempe. So we do have a little bit of everything. So it's definitely worth considering if you're looking even at a smaller college.
Very good. Thanks so much. Northern Arizona, what do you want us to remember?
There's so many things to remember about all of ours. I think the main thing is how we are different from what most of the rest of Arizona is like. The weather, they do get some snow. They actually just got some a couple weeks ago, just a dusting as well. But just to see how different the weather is at all of the different campuses that are here today, all 4 seasons and all too. So kind of different and maybe not what you'd expect in the state of Arizona.
Very nice. What do you think, Brianna?
And I'm sorry if I cut out because of my internet connection. I would say that we are highly personalized with all of your classwork and your majors, as well as we're a very small community, like less than 1,000 students. So we'll remember your name, your teachers will know your name.
Very nice. Chloe, what do you got for us?
Yeah, one of my favorite things about the University of Arizona is just the amount of variety that a student can experience in 4 years in college. So you really can kind of make your 4 years at the U of A look however you want it to.
Very good. Gary, give us some words of wisdom about UNM. What do you want us to remember?
You can pay more, but you can't get more. University of New Mexico is more than a bargain. It's an opportunity. It's your foundation for the future.
Very good. And then Walter, wrap us up on this question.
Sure. So with Westminster, I just want to emphasize how accessible we are. We do have a free application, and all students are considered for academic scholarships when they apply. So I tell students all the time that if you're just curious to see how much of a scholarship you would be awarded at Westminster, it really couldn't hurt. It doesn't cost to apply at Westminster, and hopefully if you are awarded a scholarship that's big enough for you, that will hopefully get the ball rolling into seeing what else we can offer you.
Very good. I thought the next question we would go over is from your professional experience, representatives, what is the one piece of advice that you would give our attendees tonight in terms of the college search process, what they should do throughout that?
Yes, this
Go ahead,
relates
Jen.
back to my last comment as well, but definitely go visit campuses. Just because you think you want to be at a big school, you might feel more comfortable at a small school, but just tour as many different type of campuses as you can. Go sit at like a coffee shop or sit outside and just watch the world go by and see what feels like the right fit for you, because that's what you'll call home for the next 4 years, hopefully.
I would like to echo that as well too. That's a great point. And the first thing I think that most students should think of, all of our campuses are so different. A lot of schools also have virtual visits as well too. So if you can't make it to some of those schools, you can always visit them virtually, see what you think, and then go and visit them in person. But I'd say it's also connecting with the admission representatives, basically like you are doing tonight. You're meeting a contact person, most likely from your area. And usually if you just do a search for that college and like area admission representatives, you can see, because most of them will have an area representative who works with the students from your state, region as well too. And they will be your point person as well. And a great person just to keep in touch with. If you have questions, they can put you in touch with different departments on campus as well too, if you have any questions along the way.
I think an element that's just as important as choosing the right institution for yourself is also knowing your end goals, what career you ultimately want once you graduate, really envisioning that, researching it, and then making sure that the college you're attending can fulfill that goal, because ultimately college is an investment. So you want to make sure you use your time wisely.
Yeah, to kind of echo what Brianna just said, I would say, the college admissions process is a time to be a little bit selfish, really take the time to take stock of what you're looking for out of your next 4 years, whether it's the opportunities, the size of the campus. What you're looking for in college might not be what your best friend is looking for, what a classmate is looking for. So just really take that time to make sure you are going for exactly what you want out of your next 4 years in college.
It's hard to believe that I'm going to tell you, have fun, because this is the process, and enjoy it. You probably won't do more than one college search in your lifetime. So you've got 6 great options tonight. Come explore these campuses, reach out to the admission counselors. And this one piece of advice that I tell every person: be kind. Students, parents, be kind to each other. It's something that we're going to work together. It's a triangle. The students, the parents, the admission counselors. We don't work for the Office of Rejection. We want you to be admitted. So work with us. All right. Walter, give me your best piece of advice.
Yeah, so my biggest piece of advice is, as you're looking at different colleges and universities and where to go and what you think is the right fit, make sure that your values align with the values of the institution as well, and vice versa. So if you're passionate about like the environment or social justice or diversity or any of that stuff, make sure that the institution that you're applying to is also passionate about all those things.
Great advice, everybody. Thank you very much. And then, so we got time for one last question. What is one myth of the college search process that you feel like we need to debunk tonight?
I think coming from California, a lot of questions we get are about impacted programs. And I usually tell students impaction lives within the walls of California. So I would say, don't assume all these programs are impacted possibly, or just do your research about impaction.
All right, very good.
A myth about the college search, that there is maybe just 1 or 2 perfect colleges for you. No, there's so many colleges out there, and sometimes students transfer to them as well too. All of us get transfer students at all of our institutions as well too. So where you start is not necessarily where you finish. You know, you've got to feel that it's the right fit for you as well too.
That's a good, tough question, Jeff. I would say that there's a variety of schools and colleges and universities out there for high school students, and you're not always aware of it in your high school or from your counselor. So do a lot of independent research outside of just what your friends are talking about or your school counselors, because there might be an institution that you've never heard of that could be a great fit for you.
I think one myth is that we as admissions reps are gatekeepers or scary, but truly we are here as a resource for you to make sure that you get all of your questions answered about our respective institutions. And if we can't answer your questions, we can definitely show you someone who can. So just don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help and guide you through the process.
I'll just start with saying UNM. Unfortunately, there's a number of myths. And if you ask us, we're going to debunk them all, because as I said, we're here to make this fun and help you get it done. So reach out to us. We're going to be your #1 point of contact in getting you not only to, but through. All right. We have the dough to help you go. Nintendo, reach out.
And I think one of the biggest myths that I have come across when interacting with different students from California and from my own experience coming from California myself is that private schools are unreachable or they're inaccessible, and that's not necessarily the case with all of them. With Westminster in particular, we try to be as accessible as possible to as many students as we can. So like someone else said, do your own independent research. And if there's a college that has the program that you want and matches your personal values, try to see what else they'll offer you and how they can be available to you.
Great answers, everybody. And certainly I want to thank the representatives this evening for joining us, taking time out of your evening. For those in attendance, thank you as well for joining us. Hopefully this has been informative and educational. There are additional sessions later this evening, the next 2 hours. If you would still like to sign up, use the same link as you used before. If you'd like to share this information with others, this has been recorded. You'll get an email with a link to that. There'll be a quick survey when we close up here. Would appreciate you doing that. And at the end of the day, thank you very much. Best wishes to all of you in your search process, and have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.